Hey guys, Eric Swanson, the Habitude Warrior Coach. Habitudes is all about your habits and your attitude. So in this next episode, I really want you to focus in on what your habits are every single day and your attitudes as well. And can you change those slightly? So I really hope you'll enjoy this next episode of one of our speakers, our trainers, our leaders from the Habitudes Conference. So looking forward to seeing you inside and checking out the next episode.
So I'm a publisher at Sherpa Press. I produce Secret Knock along with my husband Greg here, who is the face of it. I am a samba dancer. I am currently the reigning Mrs. San Diego 2015. Thank you. And I'll be competing for Mrs. California in April. And I'm an artist, and I'm a mom and a wife, and all those other things. So, shall we get to it? Are most of you all entrepreneurs here? Yeah? Okay. Do you guys remember that moment when you first got into the idea of starting your business? Do you guys remember that energetic, the world is wide open for you to just create? Do you remember that? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to really, to me, this is one of the most powerful but underrated moments in somebody's life. And it's so underrated to me that it's a little bit of an issue, because I think it's more important than when people achieve goals. Truthfully. And I'm going to show you how in this 10, 12, 15 minutes I have. And what it is when you first start your business, you know what happens? You start listening to everybody, right? You start to receive. And eventually you learn about what's going to be the right thing to do, right? And along with the right thing to do, you learn about what not to do, right? And then what's the best way to do something, and what's the not so best way to do something. And after over a period of time, you listen to so many things and do so many things that you're just sort of just operating in the box of your creation once again. Do you guys know this feeling? Except this time you were in a business, and your business is part of your whole life and makes your whole life work. And so what I found is key is to bring always yourself back to the place where you're creating again. And how do you do that, right? How do you do that? And it's the most simplest. You're going to be like, what? Really? That's the answer? And what I do, I swear to you, this is what I do, is I ask a question. That's it. And the most common question I'll ask, and I literally will wake up and say, how does it get any better than this? If I find $5 on the ground, I say, how does it get any better than this? If I get to a hotel and they don't have my reservation, I say, okay, how does it get any better than this? And what happens is things sort of start to conspire to help you. And you do less of the hard, that uphill battle, it feels like, when you're just sort of operating in this rightness and wrongness and goodness and positive and negative, right? So, positive, negative. Okay, so let's touch on this positive, negative. So what happens when you're in answer mode? I think a lot of us are conditioned to be in the answer mode. We have to have the right answer. We got to do the right thing. It's very similar to always being in a positive mindset. Because the thing with a positive mindset is that your brain goes on a loop. There's studies that show this. Your brain will go on a loop. And the loop is, am I in a positive? No, you're not. You're negative. I'm amazing. And the brain goes, no, you're not. You're this, you're that. Oh, got to jump back into here. And you know what happens between that mind chatter? You're just on survival mode. So is it enough to be in survival mode? You want to thrive, right? You want to win. So do you know what snaps you out of that loop? No, I promise you. Try this. When you have your mind chatter, when you're going, this is right, this is wrong, I gotta do this, I gotta be that, I'm not this, I'm not that. And there's this loop that's happening. And what happens is you're missing all of the creation that's way out here, that's available to you to tap into. And all you have to do is ask a question. And the question is, how does it get any better than this? What else is possible? What else is possible? And this will allow you to create some stuff you never knew imagined. I never imagined that I would end up in Kilimanjaro. I grew up in a box in the Philippines in poverty, probably the quarter of the stage, okay? Essentially, I should be like in the trafficking industry somewhere. I mean, that is the fate of Filipino women. So I never knew I would be here. I never knew I'd be a samba dancer. I never even wanted to dance. I never took a dance lesson in my life. In fact, I vehemently oppose dance lessons because I don't like being told what to do. And one day it was just like, all right, well, I gotta lose some baby weight. I don't wanna lift weights. I hate running. What am I gonna do? And then this thing caught my eye. You're like half naked. You're in feathers. There's a lot of drums. And I'm like, oh, I could swing that. Okay, all right, let's do this. And I learned I couldn't move. It hurt. It hurt my hip bones to move. Oh, it hurt. Anyway, but today I can do parades. I actually was supposed to be on a cruise today for samba, but you know, I had to be here. I said yes to this like 8 months ago. And so I never knew I'd be a publisher, right? I never knew I would be producing conference. Did I have it in my background? Yes, but those were just incubators for me to be able to use them for stuff I wanted to create today. And so in the bigger picture of this, you know, why is this really important? Why is this really important? Why is creativity important? And it's not just because you can have the freedom, you can have $1 million, you know, you can have all this stuff. What's really required for us today is for this earth to have a different possibility. And it takes all of us to be in our complete happiness and complete fulfillment to create this change. Because where we are today, as Dave pointed out, is that corporations with money can dictate the food on their table. Where we are today pins women against each other over dogma about how to be a woman, okay, here in America, when there are 9-year-old girls being married off without choice. I mean, it is just like, snap out of it, people. These are first world problems. There's the rest of the worlds to take care of. And we are the only people right now in the position to create that change. And so collectively, what I'm saying, I'm talking really fast. Eric, is this good? Yeah? All right. And so what I'm saying is, it only really takes you to contribute to a momentum that snaps this collective, because it's so required right now, right? It's so required. The elections are coming up, and I feel like I'm just talking to the same heads with different, you know, I'm just listening to the same heads with just different faces, different suits. And when can we just be beyond duality? When can we live beyond the right and wrong, this and that? It's so much bigger than the polar things that we keep getting sucked into. There's so much polarity in the world. We all participate in it. We were born into it, but we don't have to keep perpetrating it. We are the ones that have the choice to be outside of polarity, okay? And so there's also another tool I use. It's called the energy ball, for lack of better words. It's not very sophisticated, but you guys want to do it with me? Okay, so it doesn't take very long, and we're gonna play with energy here, okay? And this is my 4, I don't think my husband even knows I do this. So, husband, I do this. So I have 4 things that I have for creating my life, okay? And you're gonna notice something about this, because it's not very goal, it's not very concrete, and here they are. The 4 things are a minimum of $150,000 a month. Minimum. Here how I say minimum versus like I only would like $1 million a year. Because sometimes we get on a mission where it's gonna require more than $1 million a year to get it done. Okay? And so you law of attraction people, they've gotta be very smart with what you're asking for here, because then things get hard. So I say a minimum of $150,000 a year. I would always like to be creating, because I get bored so quickly. I would like to travel as I please and with my whole family, whether or not I want to take them. As often as I'd like, without worrying about it. Nanny and all. Yes, we have a nanny. You know, judge me, whatever. And number 4 is that I'd I'd like to always work with interesting people. Okay. So that's it. Like I'm not sitting here going, I want to change the world, and maybe it is yours. That's okay. I'm not gonna go and say I need to have $250,000 in 6 months. That's a very tough situation you're putting the universe in to conspire with you, because sometimes it might take shorter than that, and they're like, they want to drag it out. Okay, let's drag it out. Let's make it difficult. So you guys have 3 things. You guys can think of 3 things, 4 things. Keep it general. Keep it specific. And we're gonna play with this. You guys have 4 things? Give you a second. 2 seconds. 3. 2. Okay, you guys got it? Okay, so you're gonna put those 4 concepts in front of you in a ball. Okay. And what you're gonna do is pull energy from around you. Just pull the air around you, if you must. Pull the stars, pull the sky. Now pull back out, get bigger. Pull from the space, pull from outer space, pull from the universe, and put it all in that ball. All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. Keep going, keep going. Ooh, this crowd can handle big energy. Keep going. Keep going, keep going. Somebody's still going. There's a very big spirit in here. On the left side. Who's back there? Dave, is that you? Or Anne? Huh. Fascinating. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. All right. Now you've got this ball. It's alive. It's popping, right? What you're going to do is distribute that energy out, visualize the earth, and trickle all that energy to all those millions and billions of people who would love to have you in their lives and just don't know it yet. And keep doing that until your heart opens up. Just give me a finger up if that happens when you feel your heart kind of open. Keep going. Oh, wait, don't really give me the finger. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. Awesome. Ooh, all right. It feels good in here, guys. Okay, so open your eyes. A lot of you have your eyes closed. Open your eyes. Remember that feeling when you get a phone call. When you're about to make a phone call. Maybe it's even a crappy letter. It might match that energy. Go with it. Don't give it meaning. Don't give it right or wrong. Don't give it good or bad. Just do it. Keep listening. Keep listening. Keep following the energy. And that, folks, is my Habitudes. Thanks for having me.